Alright, so how's it going everybody? Hope you all doing well and great, and based off a reviewer's request, we're doing a $700 gaming PC with the RTX 3060. So please, if you like the video, press that like button. If you wanna see more videos of that kind, subscribe. And basically, I really like this gaming PC. I believe I made one before for around $750 to $800, but hey, if you want an RTX 3060 gaming PC that would get the job done and give you the best value for money, this is the one for you. And you have the upgrade pass to the Intel 13th gen CPUs. So without wasting any more time, let's get to the benchmarks. So if you decided to play a game like Cyberpunk 2077, you will get really good frame rates. You can play at ray tracing 60 frames per second, no problem, at 1080p, I believe, ultra settings or maybe medium to high. But the aim of this PC is that it's actually RTX ready and you can get 60 FPS. If you decided to play a game like Valorant, you will hit 240 frames per second easily. Now I know this is a CPU intensive game and we only have a quad-core 8-threaded CPU, but this is the fastest quad-core 8-threaded CPU on the market right now, and I really like it and it really gets the job done. If you want to play a game like Apex Legends and it really speaks for itself, I'm pretty sure you'd hit 240 frames per second because Apex Legends is a GPU demanding game and our GPU can get it no problem. Marvel, the Spider-Man game, you can play at 1080p, 1440p or even 4K and get 30 to 60 frames per second. It depends on the resolution and the actually DLSS enabled or not and the settings you are turning on. So yeah, a pretty capable GPU, and we have also Red Dead Redemption 2, and you can get at 1080p or even 1440p, you can easily get 60 frames per second. So this is more of a 1440p gaming PC, and it's a great time to build a budget gaming PC actually. So yeah, it's a really good PC. Warzone, again, last game we have here, you can hit 144 FPS. So I've tested in front of you, or like you've seen benchmarks of around 7 to 8 games, which shows you how capable this PC is. So for the CPU, we're looking at the Intel Core i3-12100F. This CPU costs around $100 and it's one of the best price performance CPUs you can get right now. I know there are other competitors like the Ryzen 5 3600 which have more cores and threads, but there isn't anything compared to that one in terms of actually the value for the money it gives you for gaming. It's actually faster, but hey, we have an RTX 3060 in our hands, so there won't be any difference or any big difference if you decided to play at 1080p ultra settings or you're just aiming for 144 FPS or 240 frames per second. Anyways, I wanted to get this CPU because it's brand new, it's easily attainable, it's for a very good price compared to any other brand new CPU, and you got the upgrade pass to higher end CPUs like Intel i13th gen CPUs or an i7-12700F. The board, we have something that's actually a very budget board, but we're looking at a B660M board -HDV. The reason I went with a B660M board is that I wanted to ensure that you can upgrade to a higher end CPU without any major hit in performance compared to if you were to go with a higher end board than that one. And I'm pretty sure you have the upgrade pass to the Intel 13th gen CPUs, so you are actually good to go there. It's got only 2 RAM slots and this is the biggest caveat, but if you want to go with 32 gigs in the future, you have no problem swapping the RAM out. And which brings us to the RAM. We're looking at 16 gigs of DDR4 3200 MHz RAM for $48. This is a golden standard for gaming right now, gets the job done. You have no problems, and I really like the fact that hey, this PC is pretty capable and you have nothing to hold you back on. Now the SSD is not a caveat at all, and we're looking at a 512GB SSD SATA. This one goes for $30, so it's a pretty major deal. And the GPU, we're going with an RTX 3060 12GB GPU for around $370, and I know that there are other GPUs from AMD that would perform the same or even better by $100 cheaper, but the thing is, this is an NVIDIA GPU and you're getting all the luxurious NVIDIA capabilities that you cannot get from AMD, and it's a 12GB GPU. It's power efficient of course, and it doesn't consume that much space because we have a single fan model in our hand. Now hey, it's actually a $700 gaming PC, so it's okay to overspend on a GPU that's not so worth it in terms of performance when you compare it to AMD, but basically this is the only thing from NVIDIA that is worth getting right now, and it performs good, you know, for that budget. So yeah, it's not a bad GPU at all, especially when you are putting it on a $700 budget. You can never say that's a bad GPU, and it will not be bottlenecked by our CPU if you decided to play 1080p ultra settings or 1440p, or even the FPS intensive games. You can hit 240 frames per second easily, as you saw. So I really love this GPU. It's a very good GPU, but not for the price, but the whole cost of the PC, which is $700, I would make it okay to spend $370 on a GPU like that. But hey, you are more than free to go with any cheaper GPU if you feel that you don't want an RTX 3060, but the aim of this PC is to become an RTX 3060 gaming PC for cheap, without bottlenecking or any compromises. Now the case and the power supply, we're looking at the Aerocool Cyclone Mini. This case goes for around $48. It's from B Gears, but this is the same goddamn case but different brand, and like $5 cheaper, so hey, it's a win there that you're saving money from Amazon. And the power supply, we're looking at an EVGA 500 watt 80 plus bronze certified power supply. This would get the job done, and as I told you, the RTX GPU doesn't consume power that much, and the i3, of course, this is an Intel CPU and it's a budget one, so it won't consume power too. So yeah, that's been it. If you like the video, press on that like button. If you want to see more videos of that kind, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.